everybody. Today on the Riley and Fez show, we're gonna teach you how to cook, how to make a California roll. So first thing you're gonna want to do is, well, the sticky rice is kind of sticky, so use like something like a spoon to scoop seasoned rice up onto your mat. Now the rice that you want to get is probably going to be white rice. That's probably like the best stuff, but you can also get other stuff too. Just any kind of sushi type rice would work for this. Right now our main goal is just to take the rice, glab it on top, start spreading it around to the corners, to the edges.
That's a very important part.
Yes. Now I'm going to have my friend, Bez, come over here and finish it off.
Alright, so you really want to spread it in the corners here. And make sure you have enough rice on the seaweed, because if you don't, then that's kind of a problem, because you don't get the full flavor.
Alright, cool. Good job, Fez. Now move over. Okay, so you don't want a lot of extra seaweed on the sides, but we're not professionals, and we're just, even though ours aren't gonna look good, even though ours may not look that good, these steps are correct. So you would be doing this the right way if you followed our word. And what you're going to want to do next is take some sesame and start at one side, sprinkle it across. It's going to look like a lot, but trust me, this is the perfect amount. This is so it won't stick as much. We could use a little bit more rice over here. I know this kind of looks bad, but trust me,
it tastes good.
It does. Alright, so after that, probably
Alright,
want to wash your hands a little bit.
So after that, you're going to want to flip it.
Take the two top corners and flip it upside down.
And you want to be really careful with this step, because and make sure your rice is sticked to the seaweed, because you don't want any rice to fall off the bottom.
All right.
And make sure that edges are clear of rice okay. So what you're gonna want to do is now you're gonna start putting on your ingredients. So what you need is crab, cucumber. Crab sticks. You can use any kind of crab. Cucumber and avocado. And then for the dressing, the seasoning for the rice, you're going to need seasoning. And you're going to need some sesame seeds to cover the top of the rice. Alright.
You guys just spelled it all.
Alright. I'm going to give it to Riley.
So our next step now is to take the sushi that we have, start laying out the crab. Fatima, can you get me a knife, Fatima? Fatima, do you have a knife, Fatima? Alright. And you're going to want to make sure, it might look weird, but make sure it's like 1 inch away from the corner, the edge facing you, and then line up the crab, and make sure it's even with the sushi like that. And then next, you're going to need to lay out some cucumber. Now this is actually a pretty good size, but we're going to need a little bit more. That was Fez's job, but she failed miserably. Okay.
Cut up the cucumber.
What time is it? It's 9:09. Alright, so you're going to also need to deseed the cucumber. So not only cut it, but deseed it, which is pretty difficult when you have ricey hands like me.
And if you don't deseed it, you're gonna have that seedy flavor in the cucumber.
Oh God, that would not be good, would it?
No.
And then our next step is going to be to take some avocado and lay it on top of the cucumber, like so. These slices don't have to be that thick, but I guess it's up to you and how you like your sushi.
All right. So while Riley is putting the avocado on the cucumber, I'm gonna explain some of the next steps. The next step is a very hard process. What you have to do is carefully roll the sushi with all the ingredients inside and make sure nothing falls out. And if it does, that's not very good.
I can't eat sushi.
Okay, so then what we're going to do now is the hardest part, which is to roll it. Sometimes you have to force the ingredients to roll together.
For this step, make sure, well, before you do any of this, make sure you have a bamboo mat and plastic wrap to cover it. You want
From the inner to the outer, outer to the inner. That's the best way to do it. Sort of roll it around, make sure you get all the edges, and then you're going to unfold it. And it should start to look like this. Then you're going to take, and you're going to just mash these edges together. And wow, we actually made a sushi roll. Now the hardest part next is to actually cut this. You have to go really slow, and it's really hard to keep together.
Because if you don't cut it the right way, it could
Mess it up.
Yeah.
Which is what is happening, unfortunately, right now. But it still tastes probably pretty good. I haven't tried it yet, though. No. It's not okay. That's a simple fix. You just kind of take the avocado
I mean,
and roll it back together. Oh my God, this rice is so sticky.
it's better than our last one.
If you saw that last video, yeah. And then we'll just have one last big roll. And we have made 6 pretty nice pieces of sushi.
Want some seaweed?